Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 2. Last episode we had done a few things. I think we went to see the city of Geth, and I think we looked around at a couple other places, and we managed to clear this place out. So I think what we're going to do next, since we cleared this teleporter out, let's see what is at El Pit Est, since we're apparently supposed to go there. Let's go. And yes, we do have these other two, but I don't know what they're for. Can't quite remember. Well, let's see what El Pit Est is. When you step into the portal, it feels like you're being torn apart. This is, simply, because you are. Savage, powerful magic tears you apart and flings you across Avernum. Eventually, faint, weakened, and terrified, you find yourself somewhere else. Oh! Oh, is this... That's interesting. A man in a wizard's robes lies prone inside the pentagram. His robe is torn and scratches and burns cover his body. He moans. You ask who he is. Prin. Must not talk. What is wrong? Must gain control. Must be free. Control what? Demon. Control demon. What demon? Where is it? The words suddenly become much more painful to say. Over there. He points at the distracted wizard wandering outside the pentagram. Don't let him fool you. Mustn't talk. Too much energy. Need help. What do you want me to do? He speaks through tightly clenched teeth. Demon, put me in here. Free me. Walk up to pentagram. Break pentagram. Help. He slips into unconsciousness. I need a book about teleportation portals. Please, can you help? For a moment, it's as if he didn't hear you. Then it says, first free me, then I kill demon, then I get book for you. What? How can I free you? My pentagram. Must slay demon. Demon tricked me, put me in my pentagram. Suddenly a seizure grips him, spasms wrenching him back and forth inside the pentagram. Then as suddenly as it began, the writhing ends. And we already saw that part. Huh. The man before... This is the other guy, also named Prin. The man before you is a wreck. He clearly has been without sleep for some time, and as your nose indicates, he has not bathed for weeks. His wizard's robes are crumpled and stained. I am Prin. All of his attention is on the man in the circle. Are you okay? Demon. What demon? Where? His eyes continue to fail to focus on you. Demon. Every hour, all time. Must focus. How long have you been at it? Days and days and days. Not talk. Focus. What are you focusing on? Demon will control. Strong. Must battle and battle. Battling for control of what? Should not talk. Must focus. Sometimes he controls me. Must focus. Must control it. His face suddenly starts twitching, spasms racing back and forth across his face. Slowly he regains control. He wanders away. What are you focusing on? Demon will control. Strong. Must battle and battle. Battling for control of what? Okay. How can we help you defeat the demon? You can't. I will break its will, but it takes time. Just don't distract me. Muscles all over his body twitch randomly. I need to find a book on teleportation portals. He suddenly starts to struggle, trying to gain a few moments of lucidity. He looks at you. On west wall, southernmost bookshelf, red book. How can we get back to the Tower of Magi from here? He shakes his head, pained and distracted. Then he points to the northwest corner of the tower. Hidden door, there. Okay. Someone has recently made a small bonfire here. In the ashes, you find tiny blackened bits of some sort of parchment. Whatever records or messages were here, they're gone now. You look carefully for the red book Perrin mentioned. You finally notice it on the top shelf, pushed back. You carefully reach for it, trying to avoid the sparks that are coming off the other books. Finally, you retrieve the tome, avoiding the defenses protecting the books around it. You open it and start reading. It's a treatise on teleportation portals, their creation and destruction, and the dangers involved. Most of it is beyond even adventurers as talented and knowledgeable as yourselves. One ritual near the back catches your interest. It is a brief, intricate incantation for closing a portal that has been disrupted and about to catastrophically expose, an almost impossible task. The ritual isn't discussed in great detail because it requires possession of a specially prepared scepter made of onyx. Such scepters are very rare and difficult to make. However, you carefully copy down this ritual just in case it comes in handy. Well, there's what we were looking for. Huh. So there's a hidden door. I think that, yeah, we don't need to go out there, I don't think. You flip through the tome. It is clearly on demonology and other grim topics. It's hard to make things out, however, because the book has become defaced. The pages are covered and smeared with all manner of deranged ravings. There must be a secret door here. Oh! Ow. Can't get through there. Okay. Ow. And that's the way out. Well, of these two, the pentagram is very delicate looking. It's simply a thin tracing of some dark green powder with a slender lit candle on each point of the star. It would only be a moment's work to disrupt the pentagram. I don't think we should. One of the two is obviously a demon, and the other is the real Prin. I'm guessing it's probably this is the real Prin, and the demon is in the circle. I mean, it makes sense. How would a regular person be trapped in a summoning circle? And Prin helped us, while the demon just kept asking us to free him. So, I don't think so. Okay. You find a portal, a magical door made of pure energy, da-da-da-da-da. Walk into the portal, and we're back. Okay, that was simple enough. Now, who wanted that tome? Here it is, speak with Prin. Madavai and the Tower of Magi suggested, okay. Okay, Madavai. I believe he was down below. In the upper level in the lower portion. I could have gone around the other way. I am stupid. Was it you? Ah, here we are. Ah, what should we do with the portal? Now that you've spoken with Prin, we know we need the Onyx Scepter. I can't help you with that. We also need to find out exactly where the teleporter is. With this, I can help. You should start your search at an Empire tower north of Fort Dranlon. Where should we look to find out where the portal is? Near Fort Dranlon, you said? The Empire has a nest of mages in a tower built north of Fort Dranlon. They call it the Tower of Eldoran. It was a spy we put there who found out that the Empire was building the portal. Then alas, the spy died, badly. Still, there should be information there, just waiting for you to find it. Tower north of Fort Dranlon. Don't remember where Fort Dranlon is. Somewhere, but I don't remember where. We'll find it eventually. For now, let's head back west and go into Blosk, I believe it was. Oop, around this way. Bit of a run, but we'll be fine. Oh well. You know, I do wish I could remember where Fort Dranlon is. Chances are, if I could remember where... What's this? Icefall 1 low alignment. The day the energies of the Earth are at their low ebb, everyone rests and recuperates. All melee attacks do half damage. Wonderful! That's really gonna help out Rex and Gary. Great. Well, just so long as we don't get into too many combats during this day. Alright. Let's take a look at Blosk. Starting by going all around the outside. As I do. I like how they have little stones outside. Ow, 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 ow! That hurt. Oh, this ain't good. Actually, hold on. No, I didn't want Call Beast. I wanted Bind. Bind. Yeah, that slows him a bit. Okay, you heal Rex again. We'll remove the poison later. Oh, so much for not wanting to attack anything. This is taking a ridiculously long amount of time. Thank you, Bat. Well, thank you, Bat, for taking the attack. Thank you, Bat. You helped out immensely. Right. That was unexpected and a bit ridiculous. Is there anything back? No, just trash. Oh well. I have to take a look from this side. Nothing there. And down around this way. And there's nothing. Okay, just a random creature that decided to try to kill us. Wow, Blosk is really well defended. Alright, time to look around this place. No, I do not want to I do not want to jump. I do not want to jump off a ledge. I like how they have the plants on the sides there. Man, Blosk is really well defended. I mean, jeez. They're really making sure nobody gets in here. Okay. Wait, what does this say? Bartholomew Thompson, Magical Research. That's an interesting shaped building. Different from the normal. Be interesting to go in later. And that's the entire barrier out there. Hold on, there was a kid. And he's gone. Okay. Okay then. That's the center of town. And there's a building over here too. Quite a bit around here to look at. Okay, let's start down here. Hall of Learning. Ah, training hall. A small, powerfully built Moor takes a group of archer trainees through some rather grueling muscle-building exercises. As they puff and moan, he comes over to speak with you. Welcome to this place of learning. I am Oliver. What sort of learning can you provide? Knowledge of every kind is what we offer here in return for gold and effort, and knowledge is what you'll need so near the front. Seems to me that training requires more gold than effort. Expensive training is, I know, but what value has ever gained without cash and work, eh? We require training. Bring out your coin purses and stand ready. You stand at the gates of knowledge and they are about to swing open. Where is the front? Just to the north are the Empire lands. Their army is not there at the moment, but their patrols and raiding parties are in firm control. If you plan to head north, sharpen your sword and strengthen your mind. He turns for a moment to heap abuse on his trainees. I think we can do with a little bit of training. Rex? Sure, endurance to 10. We'll train up dexterity next. Gary doesn't have any, Talia doesn't have any, Leah doesn't have any. We haven't really leveled up, have we? No, stop trying to jump off. Alright, skipping through that. Here we have... Ah, City Hall. Who's this? You meet a heavy-set man with a chainmail jerkin and a bow slung over his shoulder. He shakes your hand. I'm Bruce, Master Archer and assistant to her ladyship. Are you busy? Well, I'm an archer much of the time. My skills are needed often enough. In addition, I have been friends with her ladyship and have been assisting her with certain, difficulties. How are your skills needed? We often have call to use snipers and set ambushes in order to harass the Empire enemy. When that happens, it is the archers who perform the greatest services. What do you think of Mayor Vicky? Lady Vicky is a fine and noble woman. The greater the responsibilities her job entails, the better she meets them. It is an honor to serve under her. What difficulties would those be? He frowns. Her ladyship and I are trying to find a spy. We recently found papers giving instructions to an unnamed party here to find what he or she or it could do about our defenses. We have had no luck learning who this letter was addressed to. If you would like to assist her ladyship with this problem, speak with her. If she asks your help, some advice. Speak to Mondrian. I suspect that he can help you in your quest. Mondrian, eh? We can do that. A buxom blonde woman wearing a sash of office sits at the end of the table. She stands to greet you. I am Mayor Vicky of Blosk, high and esteemed mayor of the city of Blosk. You can call me Vicky. She plops back down again. So how does a mayor keep busy? What do you think? Running Blosk in all its glory. How long have you been mayor? Her chest heaves with an ample sigh. My job for the last 10 years. Before that, I was blissfully an innkeeper. Now I hold the city together and marshal its forces against the Empire. And of course I need to use all the resources I have. That is why I sometimes seek adventures to do a mission. I take it that being an innkeeper was easier. Correct. I ran the inn here in town. Then I became the mayor back when it was not such a job. Then I had to leave the inn behind because my responsibilities as a leader absorbed my whole being. I'd drop it in a second but for one thing. I seem to have a knack for it. She smiles resignedly. As it so happens, we've been looking for missions. Then I will be brief. Blosk has a spy within its walls. I want you to unmask him, her, or it. Ask Bruce about it, he can tell you more. And when you have evidence of the villain's identity, let me know. I will do nothing without absolute proof. Of course. Let's look around a bit. Create illusion scroll, we don't need to take that. Historical scroll, we don't need that. Alright. So, we gotta keep our eye open here for a spy. Fantastic. Eddie and Patsy. Okay. Are these houses belonging to individual people? Laith and Alessandre. Yes, these are houses. Huh. This is interesting. You find among the empty journals and works of fiction a sheaf of Leith's notes from his travels. One of them mentions the Wand of Caranos, used during the hunt to make the prey more powerful. Hunters often need a challenge. You find a lot of books and notes on stealth and espionage made by someone named Leith. You notice that one thing has been circled. Burning a paper does not make it forever unreadable. I think I know how to elicit words from such a damaged surface. You find Leith's notes on his observations. He spent some time trying to find a spy in Blosk and hasn't had any luck. He does mention, however, that he suspects an attack on the storehouses in Almaria is imminent, and that they should be searched. Interesting things. Bruce of Blosk. Nothing in here. This one... no idea who it is. Gloves, pants, shirt. You flip through this book. It's a business ledger for a local merchant. There's no useful information inside of it. Well, that didn't provide us with anything. Right, northwest corner. Bartholomew Thompson, Magical Research. Hello there. A worn-down man in mage's robe stares at you nervously. You don't feel welcome here at all. I am Bartholomew. What do you want? Just curious about your work. Not that it is any business of yours, but I am doing magical research for the benefit of Avernum. Research about what? I am certainly not at liberty to tell you about it. Now please leave before I call the guard. You are not welcome here. Bartholomew watches you nervously. He doesn't like your being here, and he looks like he might run for the door at any moment. We're looking for Thompson. Do you know where he is? Bartholomew looks surprised. You know of Thompson? He's not here. He's disappeared. We were working on secret research together, but one day I woke up and he was gone. And all he left me was this useless message. May I see the message? He left me a note saying he left a message on the back of his dresser. I found the message, but I can't understand it. You take note of this. He shakes his head. The work goes slow without his help. I hope someone finds him soon. Anything else you can tell us about him? No, this is a private home. I appreciate your trying to find my friend, but you are not welcome here. Go now. He backs away. There's a thick book on this pedestal. Okay. This tome is a magician's journal. However, all of the pages are blank. You soon see why. The first quarter of it has been torn out, leaving only empty pages. Let's see. Nothing there. Pen and paper there. Nothing there. Nothing there. There are several unusual leather scrolls on these shelves. You examine them briefly. They're covered with unusual writing. Try to decipher it. You learn how to cast the spell Move Mountains level 1 here. We already know that. Nothing in there. You pull the dresser away from the wall and find the message you were told about. It's written in a magical code developed in Avernum and thus very difficult for an Empire spy to decode. It reads simply, "Found something I shouldn't know, and the Empire knows it. I must flee before they get to me. The scimitar has a hideaway in Fort Remote. I am going there. If you absolutely must find me, go there and ask Freitas of me. You will need a key. I hid it in the lair of a tiny undead cult west of Vermello, in a room with no doors. Good luck, my friend, Thompson." You move the dresser back against the wall to conceal the message. So, this was not an Empire spy. This Thompson. Let's see. A hideaway in Fort Remote. The key is in the lair of a tiny undead cult west of Vermello in a room with no doors. We need to get back up to Vermello. Curious. Very curious. Only one place left to check here. The Patsy Arms. Ah! The inn. You meet a sad-looking woman. She turns to speak with you, although she doesn't seem pleased by the prospect. She has a flute at her belt. "My name is Alessandre." "Do you play the flute?" "I was a traveling musician, but not of late. Lately I've been staying with Laith." "Who is Laith?" "My dear, dear friend. That is why I'm so worried. He was more of a sage, but lately his work has grown very dangerous." "What dangerous work is Laith involved in?" "He is trying to find a spy living in Blosk. More than that I cannot say, although I fear such work is very dangerous." "Would you play for me?" Without words, she pulls the flute from her belt and plays a long, soft, elegant tune. She plays it sadly and flawlessly. Then she returns her flute to her belt. "Thank you. I get little chance to travel and play. Empire raiders are too common." "I bet." There is a tall, thin, blonde woman working hard behind the counter. She is doing her best, considering that she seems to be drinking 1 mug of ale for every mug she serves. "Welcome, welcome. I'm Patsy. Welcome to my alehouse and inn." "A fine inn indeed. What services can you offer us?" "Well, we can give you a poor room for 5 coins and a fabulous room for 15. Depends on whether you want to be eaten alive by lice, eh? Also, we have the finest grog in the Great Cave, only 5 coins around." I think we're fine. I'd like a room, please. How's your fabulous room, or do you want some lovely grog first? Nothing, thank you. I'm guessing this is the fabulous room. And that's probably the lousy room. So what's in here? Ah, coins. That would pay for the fabulous room. Eddie's Eatables. The counter here is laden with food and booze. Behind this bounty reclines a heavy-set woman with long, frizzy brown hair and an imperious look. "Hello, darling. Welcome to my humble little shop. You can call me Eddie." What sort of shop is this?" She lurches forward. "Look, darling, look at all of this. I have the most fabulous rations in all of this stinking hole." "It's not so bad down here." She jumps up in fury, taking a bottle of ale along to steady herself, and swings the door open. "Look at all of this. Just look at it, darling. Mold and fungus as far as the eye can see. No shops, no culture, just little gross bins every bloody where. And the Empire, they did this to me. Sent me to Avernum, or whatever you call it." "Why were you banished?" "For frivolity. Can you believe it? They thought I was a parasite. Me! And annoying too, they said. Annoying. What sort of a crime is that, I mean? I mean, really, darling. So they sent me and my friend Patsy down here. Bastards, the lot of them." Huh. Now, sweetie, how else can I help you? Fine meal, cheap wine, and a sack of meal. Nothing we can eat. Okay. Temple of the Flying Spirit. Nobody in here. Just a temple. Okay. The sign simply has 3 books painted on it. There is a young, severe-looking woman with long brown hair tied up in a tight bun. She nods solemnly to you as you enter. My name is Saffron. She looks slightly embarrassed about that fact. How are you employed in Blosk? I am working as a sage at the moment. At the moment? Do you have another occupation? I'm going to learn to be a mage at the tower. There's no space for new students now, so I'm earning money by identifying and examining items. Which tower? Patrick's Tower, far to the south. Not the Tower of Magi, which is too far east. Patrick's Tower is a wonderful place, and it's the biggest libraries in Avernum. Could you identify some of my items? Yeah, we don't need anything we need identified. We're good. And Shrine of Shadows. Mondrian. This is the person we were supposed to talk about. There is a person in heavy black robes kneeling before the altar. His or her face is completely obscured by the hood. You ask his name. I am Mondrian. It's a male voice. He doesn't turn his face from the altar as he speaks. May I ask what you're doing? I am the priest of secrets. His head doesn't turn as he speaks. I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means. We are all people of secrets. Secrets we keep because we want to or we must. And when people find it hard to hold their secrets inside, they come here for strength. Strength for what? Strength to continue to hide what they must. They confess their secrets to me, and I give them the strength to keep their privacy. Because people are defined as much by what they don't say as what they do say. But I sense you have no things to confess, so I ask you leave me. You must know many secrets. Perhaps one about a spy here in Blosk? There is a long pause. I am one who worships privacy, and I ask that you respect mine. Even if I knew those secrets, they must rest in me. I can't tell you. We can respect that. Good day. Except we must know. We insist. Tell us who the spy is. Mondrian mumbles something. You feel dizzy. A few moments later, you find yourselves walking away from him. Very strange. So, the one person we were told to ask can't tell us. And everywhere else we've looked, we've found nothing. Except Lath. Lath said something. That one message said something about... maybe if I walk out and walk back in, I'll be able to see what it said again. If only I could find where Lath was. Ah, jeez. Doesn't say. I think it said something about... Yes, Almaria. One of the storerooms in Almaria, there was going to be an Empire attack, which we did something about. So where is Lath? He must be around here somewhere. There's someone. You meet a pale little girl. She watches you with fascination. You notice she has a short cavewood toy sword at her belt. You ask her name. I'm Phaedra. Nice sword. I'm gonna be an adventurer. Good for you. She draws her little sword. Yeah, and beat dragons and slay 50 Empire bad people. I will, if my daddy lets me. Who is your dad? He's Justin. He says he won't let me learn to use a sword for a long, long time. She waves her sword around a bit, almost hitting you on the knee. But I'm teaching myself, and if the Empire attacks, I'll show him. I'm sure. Okay, where is Lath? He must be around here somewhere. There's someone. There he is! You meet a tall, skinny man with a long rapier hanging at his side. He watches you warily as you approach. He nods to you cordially. I am called Leith. How are you? He shakes his head. I'm sorry, my friend, I have no time to talk. He seems to be trying not get too close to you. He's very nervous. I'm searching for a spy here in Blosk. I think you might know something? Ah, you are on the same quest. Sadly, there is little for me to tell you. Empire spies are very good at covering their tracks. However, I have been collecting much knowledge that may be useful in the hunt. Can you share that knowledge with me? My home is in the northeast corner of town. Look in the library. Look in the library there, and you may find something that is useful to you. Oh, and I think I left the trap activated. Don't worry, it's a simple one. And there's someone else here. You meet a large, affable man walking about the city and seemingly enjoying it, looking at everything. I am Justin. Welcome, my friends and fellow travelers. Why are you so happy? I am Justin, priest of the Temple of the Flying Spirit. I'm not usually there, though. It seems a shame to be cooped up in a musty shrine when there is so much beauty outside the door. You look around. You aren't sure where the beauty is. Where is the temple? In the southwest corner of town. Nobody there now. Best not waste your time going. How can you call all this beautiful? Yes, beauty! We, the Flying Spirit, are wanderers, travelers, determined to see the world and appreciate it as best we can. For example, I soon plan to shut up the temple and take a jaunt down to Patrick's Tower. Where's Patrick's Tower? Some distance to the south, and led by the venerable and wise Patrick the Archmage. It is a great center of learning and knowledge for Avernum. If there are things you wish to find out, where better to go? He starts looking around again. This is a beautiful place, you know. Filled with much ugliness, true, but if we don't also appreciate its wonders as well, who will? Yes, we do travel. Why do you bring it up? I wish to see much of Avernum. In particular, I wish to see a place called Grax Peninsula. When the first explorers of Avernum were teleported here, that is where they arrived. If you can find it and tell me how to get there, I'd much appreciate it. Any clue where this place is? Sadly, not really. Northeast of Avernum, I think. I'm not sure anyone knows for sure where it is anymore, but it is a spot of great historical interest. Hopefully the first explorers left some sort of marker. Indeed. So all Lathe had to say was check his bookcases. Which I thought we did. And unfortunately, we can't read it again. God damn it. I guess we may need to go back to Elmaria. We'll do that in the next episode. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can figure out something. Till then, I'm Cheswick44, that is Rex, Gary, Tully, and Leah. This has been an Avernum 2 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.